Are we going to have another Litecoin and Bitcoin breakout? What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. Hope everyone's having a good day. Today we're going to take a look at Litecoin, then we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. And then at the end of the video, we're going to take a look at the Bitcoin daily chart versus the gold weekly chart. And also, I want to remind you guys, tomorrow, Saturday, we're going to be having the t-shirt giveaway. So make sure you leave your comments in the comment section. We're going to do a random comment search to pick the winner. And yeah, that's about it. Let's get into the charts.
1, 2, 3,
All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market can be extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind it's still a speculative market, and don't put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you haven't already or you're new here, hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand side of the screen. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos so you don't miss out on anything. Also, if you would, smash those likes, give it a giant thumbs up, leave your comments, let me know what you think, guys. And if you belong to any groups, definitely share the videos and help get them out there for me. Also, we have a free Discord. If you go into the description of this video, go down in there. There's a link to the Discord in there. There's a good group of people in there. It's a friendly Discord, so check it out. Anyways, looking at Litecoin on the daily, you can see I have the targets here. I added one since last night. That's this 110 area. And I'm going to show you why here in a minute, but we're going to take a look at the RSI. As you can see, we did dip out of this, but I am going to move this down. I believe we're going to get support here, guys. So as you can see, I have the rising channel here that we've been staying in. Also, I have this line here, which is like a rising wedge. So I do believe we have more room up, guys. Eventually, obviously, we'll correct, but I don't think we're ready for a big correction now. This is a very small correction we're in now. Let's go into the 4-hour and take a look at what's going on there. All right, in the 4-hour, as you can see, it looks like a falling wedge here. And I do believe, like I said, I believe we have more room to pop up and probably come back up into this area on the RSI. Let's get into the price and show you what I'm looking at here and where I got these targets from. So again, we're in the 4-hour now. This target here, I want to show you guys first. I have these trend lines drawn from back over here. As you can see, we had a bunch of resistance coming up, and this is where I get the top trend line. And then we had this resistance here with the 3 touches. That's where I get this trend line. Now, what I'm looking at here is this 110 area, and then if we break there, obviously up to the 127 to 130 area, somewhere in that range. So now how I got these targets, guys, is let's take a look at the lower targets first. If you remember yesterday, or if you watched last night, even if you didn't, I'm going to explain now. There's this line straight across here where I was looking at this as a possible head and shoulders with a left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline here. Measured the head, come down to where it would break out. That gets me to the $72 to $73 range right here, which is still possible. Now, going to also show you this target here, how I got the 110, and that's measuring this measured move here of the triangle or the falling wedge, and to where we were to break out. If we were to break out in this area, that gets me up to the 110 range. Actually, I'm going to move that down just a little bit, guys. So back to where I was before, what 109 area. So that's how I get them targets. And then we also have 65 here, the 65.10, which would get us back into this channel here. But I do believe we've came up with, if we can see this rising channel here, we broke up out of. And I believe all we're doing here is testing for support. Obviously, if we break down through there, then we're looking at this area down here. And the measured move I got off of that was, if you remember, we were watching this symmetrical triangle here, and the measured move would be the same, obviously, as the move up. So we measure the triangle to where it broke down right here, and that gets us to the $65 range. Now, obviously, you can see I have a higher target, and that's if we can break through this line here. This is the measured of the flagpole right here, and then to where we would break out. That's what gets me up to this 127 to 130 range, somewhere in here. That's where I'm at with that. Let's get into Bitcoin, and here we go. All right, so as you can see, this trend line I have drawn here, this is where I'm coming up with the higher targets. First, we're going to go into the RSI, and sorry if you guys can hear that, it's raining out pretty hard. We're going to go into the RSI. As you can see, we have this rising wedge or rising channel here where we've been getting resistance off the top, support on the bottom. We do have room to fall here, which could bring us down possibly to this 4,600 area or lower, but we'll take a look at that here in a second. I'm going to go into the 4-hour and look at the RSI. And as you can see in the RSI here, we're making lower lows in the RSI, but higher lows in the price, and that's a hidden bearish hidden bullish divergence. So I do believe, you know, we're going to continue up from here. And again, guys, this is my opinion. So, but anyways, we're going to look at the targets here. All right, so the 67.47, that target there is a measurement of this flagpole right here. We put it up to where, you know, we would figure we might break out. Now, guys, I'm not using this white line anymore. Actually, I'm going to get rid of that, get rid of confusion. And what I did is I'd drawn trend lines from this here. And this target here, the 61.71, is if we were to break out of this channel upwards. We could just stay in here as a trading range for a while, so definitely keep an eye on that. The top of this is going to be around the 55.50 area, somewhere in there. So definitely keep an eye on that, guys. And then obviously, if we were to break down from this channel, that's what gives me this 43.10 area. And if we zoom in a little bit, that would be retesting the top of this channel, just like in Litecoin. We got to watch these RSIs here. This 55 RSI, or I'm sorry, not RSI, EMA. There's a 55 EMA here, and our 8, our 13, and our 21 are coming down towards it. And I do believe once we hit this area, you know, we'll get a bounce up. But anyways, like I said, guys, I am still bullish here. I do believe the bottom is in for Bitcoin and the bottom is in for Litecoin. Now, it's not to say we're not going to have a correction after this move, but I do see another move coming up to at least probably, if we break the 55.50 range, which would be the top of this channel, you know, 6,100 is my target for there, and then a possible correction down, and we could come all the way down to the 4,400 area. But this bottom trend line here, if we were to come straight down right now in this 4-hour candle, the bottom would be 3,600. So keep that in mind, guys. I don't think we're going to go below this long-term trend line that I've drawn here. Let's get into the Bitcoin and gold chart. This is Bitcoin on the daily, and from each peak, you can see I drew trend lines going to where we broke down from 6,000 from each one of these peaks here. And as they come out here, and I drew these before we started hitting them, guys, and it's real interesting as what's going on with it. But we're going to look at gold and just look at the similarities. Once we broke out of there, you know, obviously we got a huge moonshot. But it was right around 2003, March of 2003, the ETF was approved right here. And that just, you know, skyrocketed after that. Not to say the ETF is going to get approved for Bitcoin, but I do believe we're going to get some kind of news that's going to be a big catalyst to give us a move up from here. But let's go into, I'm going to go into the RSI too after we look at this, so stick around. But I do want to look at all these descending resistances, these these resistance lines here and what's happening with that. Pretty interesting, guys, because each time we hit one of these, we get resistance and then we blow through, come back down, test it for support, and then, you know, continue up to the next one. This is the only one we blew through, so that's where I'm beginning to think once this move is over, the corrections could possibly come back down to this line here, since we never came back down and tested it for resistance on a daily. Excuse me. But anyways, this is the bottom trend line that if we look at, I want to go in real quick. Let me get rid of these here. And look at the bottom of gold and how it looked, and we never had any big capitulation candle, but we had 2 touches, and after that last touch on gold, then, you know, this bottom looks a lot like the bottom that we're having on Bitcoin now. As you can see, we had the 2 touches and then continuing up from there, so it's still looking really strong in my opinion, guys. Like I said, I do remain bullish here. Let's go into the 4-hour real quick and just see what it looks. Whoops. Go into the 4-hour real quick and just see what it looks like on this chart. Yeah, as you can see, guys, we're definitely getting support on this old resistance line here. And our next, right around the 50, between the 5450 and, you know, 5450 and 5400 range is where we're going to test the top of this again, because this is descending. And then I believe once we come up, we could come back down, test for support, and continue up from there. But yeah, guys, I am bullish here, and let's look at the RSI and see what it's looking like. We're going to look at it longer term. We're going to start out with the weekly, if you guys haven't seen this yet. Looking at the RSI on the weekly, here's the old bull run in 2013 right here, and then obviously our bear market, where I drew this trend line where we touched it here, got resistance, came back down, went into oversold, came back up, tested it, got resistance, came back down, give it another shot, and then blew through. And here's the 2017 on the weekly RSI. Same thing, come back down right around that 6,000 range. We got resistance, come back down, come back up to test it, got resistance, came back in and blew through. Not to say we don't have we could be seeing our little correction at some point here after this runs over, but I don't believe this runs over yet, guys. Look at the monthly and show you what I've been looking at there. And as you can see, the resemblance from both, I've drew these arcs in here on the monthly, and on this RSI, you see the arrows, those are lows in the RSI. There was 4 of them over here, 4 of them over here, and I do believe we continue up from here, guys. Now this arc could, we could get a quicker bull run. I know people are saying next year or whatever, but this line could end up being a tighter, we could get a tighter arc like this, and it could be, coming a lot quicker than people think. I believe within the next couple months, something's going to happen, or some kind of news is going to come out just by looking at the charts. That's what I see, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to click the Crypto Savvy logo above my head to get you subscribed. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash those likes, guys. Leave your comments. Really helps the channel out. I really appreciate everybody's help. And don't forget to share the videos. Appreciate it. Have a good day. I'll see you guys tomorrow.